Today I'm going to show you how to exploit Tomcat using first of all default credentials and then uploading a shell in the format of WAR. So if you remember from one of our previous videos, we did a scan of a test machine called metasploitable 2, and this is the message results that we've got back. So there's quite a few criticals, and let's just have a look at the Tomcat one here. You can see that if you log into this address here with the username Tomcat, which is the bundled default username and password that is used for it, then you can log in. So we can just try and do that now. Yeah, let's try Tomcat, and the password is Tomcat as well. And you can see it's let us in using default credentials, but there's not really much we can do with this unless we can maybe upload a file. So we can do this via the file upload functionality of Tomcat. So to do this, we want to create ourselves a .war file with a shell included in it. So we can use msf payload to do this. So just type msf payload -l to list the payloads, and it is literally going to throw the phone book at us in a second. So when this eventually loads, what we want to do is just create our payload, set the L host, and then pipe that data into a .war file. So here you go, this is our payloads. Whilst we're doing this, we want to set up a listener. So I'm going to do this through the MSF console. Now this does like to take a while to load, so this is why I'm just going to do that now, and then we can come back to it. So going back to our payloads, you can see here is the phone book, and we are going to be hacking into a Linux machine, which is what Metasploitable uses. So we want to use one of these Linux payloads here. So if I find like this one here, a Windows 32-bit architecture shell reverse TCP, that will do. So we'll copy that, and then we want to type msf payload and then the name of the payload, and then our listening host, which is us, which I can tell you my IP is 192.168.59.145, so that's my IP address, and then we can just pipe that info into the name of our choice. So we'll call it Tomcat shell .war. Now I also need to specify what type of file I want. So in this case it's a WAR file, so just uppercase W will do, and then if we press enter there, that should do it. And then with any luck it should write our .war file to this metasploitable directory here, which is just our home directory that I've set up. And there you go, it looks like it's done that there. So simple ls, you can see the Tomcat shell is in fact there. So when we upload this shell, we want to know what the name of the JavaScript file is, because that's what we're going to be calling within this shell. So to do this, we can just do jar -xvf and then the name of the file, tomcat shell.war, and there you go, it's given us the name of the JSP, which is this here. So you can just copy that for later. And now what we want to do is upload our file So if I go to the metasploit directory, then we want to upload the whole war file and select deploy. And there you go, you can see there that our shell has uploaded. Now it is going to produce an error here because it's just waiting for our JSP file here, so once we call that, then a shell should call back to our machine and therefore we can get control of it. So to do that we have to set up a listener, so we just go use exploit multi dash handler, oops sorry, there we go. And then what we want to do is we can do a show options. You see there's nothing in there so far, so we'll set the payload to the same as the one that we used, so that it knows to listen for that payload. So I've just got that copied from my other screen, otherwise I'd have to list the payloads again and you're just saving time. So there you go, and then we want to set the L host as we did before. So let's do an ifconfig, set the L host 192.168.59.145. Then we just do show options again, just to make sure everything's gone in correctly. Yeah, it's listening on 444. And then we can just type exploit, and you can see it's now listening for our connection back. So if we go back here, I'll just move these screens side by side so you can see as it gets the connection with any luck. So as soon as we hit enter here, we should get a connection, and there you go, sending 36 bytes, command session opened. So I can do a who am I, there you go, Tomcat 55. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Take care guys.